Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing? Happy Saturday morning to you. Welcome to, Roger Wakefield Plumbing Education. So I'm Roger Wakefield, a Texas master plumber with over 40 years experience in the trades. And I am doing some cool things. I am transforming and elevating the trades through education, innovation, and community engagement. And I am so happy to get to be here with you today. So if you've never been here before, thank you for coming by. If you have been here before, welcome back. So good to have you here. And I am looking, it looks like everything is working right. How are y'all doing? Uh-oh, apparently I'm out of focus. Got people in here to fix that. Look at that, go. And we should be looking good here. So I hope y'all are doing good. Like I said, if you've never been here before, welcome. If you came here looking for something specific, and this is the replay that you caught, well, you may want to jump over to the channel, search specifically what you're looking for. If you ended up here and you're just wanting to learn about plumbing, this could be a great place to hang out. Today, we're going to talk about plumbing horror stories, nightmares from the field. We've got some videos pulled up. We got some pictures pulled up. We got all kinds of things. But guys, it's not just me here. I've got an amazing community around me. I've got a lot of people that jump in here every single week, and there's some great people. So if you've got questions, please put them in the comments. Put a Q in front of them. We'll get to them. And it's me running solo here today. And it's funny because as soon as I said that, I thought there's a new country song right now about drinking cab in a solo in the cab of my truck. I'm running solo today. I am drinking water, though, not cab. But I want to jump into the comments, say hello real quick to some people. Before I do that, happy Easter weekend to y'all. Yesterday was Good Friday. Tomorrow's Easter. So, thank y'all so much for being here. I am so grateful for what I get to do for this community. And, I'm going to talk about some cool stuff because, I've got some things going on that I think are going to be amazing. First of all, and Randy may be able to put a link in there, we've got an app coming out here pretty quick. And if you want to find it, you can go to wakefield.app, check it out. We're going to do a soft release that really nobody but my personal community knows about. No marketing, no advertising. We're just going to tell you all about it. But if you'll go to wakefield.app, go ahead, sign up. You'll know about it as soon as it comes out. So I want to jump into the comments here. I'm going to talk about some more cool stuff we got going on. Then we're going to talk about some of these epic plumbing fails that I'm looking at. And I got to tell you, I have upset a lot of plumbers because sometimes this stuff ends up, it's them that we're talking about. And they come in and are like, I can't believe you were talking about me, talking bad. Did you see what you did? Somebody needed to talk bad about it. So anyway, I'm going to jump into comments here. iCast Enterprises, welcome back, brother. Good to see you. Says, howdy from Tennessee. Hope all is well. Nightmares from the field. This one is going to be fun. Yes, it is. Tyler the Gamer says, good morning, Roger Wakefield. How are you doing? There you go. How are you doing today? I'm doing fantastic, Tyler. How are you? IMT7816 says, plumbing horror story is what I'm working on today. Oh, yeah. When I look at the next line, I see it. 1948 galvanized pipe. Oh, my God, I feel for you. Says, I didn't know that Maze made. I didn't know that Maze made. Didn't either. Bluetooth shutoff valves. Oh, wait, what? Must have been Bluetooth because the stem is missing. That is so good. I got to tell you, and look, I've got a lot of friends and family. And there's a family member that had bought a house over in Fort Worth, renting it to college students, doing great things. And he called and says, hey, look, I need a water heater. I need this. And I get over there. And he needs the valve changed on a toilet. And it's like, okay. Well, I get in there, and Tyler, it's a galvanized pipe coming out of the wall. It's been painted, so you can't tell. I ended up having to cut into this plaster wall on the backside in order to change everything out. And it was crazy. But, I'm kind of right there with you. It's like, look, stuff was nuts. So Tyler, all I can tell you, or IMT, I looked up at Tyler. Sorry about that. IMT 7816. I've been there. It's not a lot of fun. And that's not true. It is fun. I love what I get to do each and every day. If you're in here and you're in plumbing, and we're almost there, well, I'll wait a little bit. But I do. I love what I do. And it's funny because I was at a social media marketing conference about 2 months ago. You like that? 2 months ago. And I'm talking to this guy about what I do and the videos we're making, how much fun I'm having. And I turn around and walk off. And the guy I'm talking to tells me about this later. But there's another guy standing here and he looked at me and he says, look, do you really think Roger loves plumbing as much as he says he does? And the guy's like, oh my God, you don't even know him, do you? He says, look, trust me, Roger loves plumbing. So guys, I think we're in the greatest profession that there is. Anybody that in here that's not a plumber, I'm sorry you weren't that smart. It probably didn't come out right. I'm sorry that you chose another trade, but I'm glad you're here anyway. Squirt, good to have you in here, brother. Tyler the Gamer says, good morning, Henry. How are you doing? I got to tell you, man, Squirt takes care of me. Squirt comes in early, sets things up. I mean, he's going above and beyond. Don't tell him I told y'all this. He's going above and beyond. And I tell you what, I really do appreciate it. So proud of him and everything that he does. So pretty cool. Squirt says, sounds like you are working on valves from the future, not quite the past. Boy, isn't that the truth? I'm doing a wonderful this fabulous Saturday morning. How are you? Doing great. There we go. 3 hearts means we did something right. I love that. Guys, if you like what you see today, hit the thumbs up button. All that does is that lets YouTube know, hey, people are enjoying what they see. If you don't like what I'm doing, hit the thumbs down button, but please hit it twice because then it disappears. And that's a joke, but I say that. Yes, here we go. All right. There we go. Happy Saturday. Thank you very much. There we go. Good morning, y'all. Justice for all in the house. Ricardo Granados. Hello from El Paso 915. Richie Reuter. I tell you what, I got to go to El Paso, and man, you can tell me what it is. I got to go there and do like a midday show a while back about plumbing and what people can do themselves, and it was really pretty cool. Had a blast. Ricardo, I know you know this. Y'all got some pretty good Mexican food in El Paso. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that out there. It was good. I loved it down there or over there. Chase Peterson is doing great, Raj. How are you? I am doing fan. I got to tell y'all, thanks to y'all, thanks to each and every one of y'all, I get to live the most amazing life I could ever imagine. And it's the community that we've got. Man, we've got a Facebook group. Go over and find Roger Wakefield on Facebook. We've got a Facebook group called The Trade Talks. And I got to tell you, and Squirt, if you're in here and you can put the link in there for that, if you can find that, it's great. And Kyle, I'm looking down at the live comments. Yeah, I'm sipping water today. I mean, it's Easter weekend. Come on. Guess I could have started with bourbon, but you know. I do love my water though. Mark Hayden says, broken toilet flange repair, best approach to plastic flange repair. Mark, I got to tell you, I've made a couple of videos about that just here lately, showing how I went in and removed the old flange, did it the right way, chipped it out, cut it out, removed the inside glued one. Man, a lot of good stuff. So look, if that's something you're working on, the best approach to plastic flange repair, if the flange itself is broken, you just cut it off and you want to replace just the replacement ring, the wax is going to seal that off. I get that. Me, I like to go ahead and cut it out and replace the entire flange. But that's just kind of the way that I roll. Chatbot says, hey, if you have not checked out rogerwakefield.com, go over there and check it out. I love what we get to do. And we've got so many different things going on that, yeah, look, I get to have fun each and every day. Now, I got to tell you right now, I'm exhausted. And if you're exhausted, just say, yeah, I get it. Literally from last Friday, or was it Thursday? God, it may have been, it was Friday. from last Friday to this Wednesday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was in training here in Dallas, thank God. So I got to come home, sleep in my bed every night. Sometimes when the hotels are an hour away or 45 minutes away, that's a curse, not a blessing. But I went over there and went through a lot of training, speaker training and stuff like that. So, man, we're working on some neat stuff. I love that I've got the community around me that I do. So I want to say a special thanks to each and every one of y'all. Jadon Papik says, I've been a plumber straight out of high school. Been doing it for about 11 months, and my dad owns the company. Any advice? Jordan, and I don't know how your dad treats you, but when Randy worked with me, I was harder on him than anybody else. And I say Randy, I say Squirt, and here he's Henry Wakefield. But I was harder on him than anybody else because I wanted everybody to understand, look, just because my son's working there doesn't mean I'm taking it easy on him. But Jordan, what I'll tell you is ask questions, learn. I'll tell you, just like any other person getting into the trades, try to be the very best each and every day. And I cannot tell you how big of a deal that is, especially since your dad owns the company, because chances are you're going to grow up and have the opportunity to take it over. Learn to be the very best. Don't let anybody do anything for you. Don't let anybody give anything to you. Don't let anybody make it easy for you. You work your tail off and be the very best. And that's what it's going to take. If you don't want to be the very best, don't get in this trade. Find something else. If you don't like it, tell your dad now. Say, Dad, look, I got to tell you, this is not what I want to do. But I will tell you this, Jordan, you're in a great spot. And I say Jordan, it's Jadon. I'm sorry about that. I just saw it. Jaden, here's what I will tell you. You have got such an opportunity because everybody that I recruit into the trades right now, here's what I tell them. With everybody, the average age of plumbers in Texas right now is 58 years old. So that means in 7 years, almost everybody's going to be ready to retire. Me, about 4.5. I'm 60. But here's the thing. You've got an opportunity to become an amazing entrepreneur, meaning learn everything you can about the trade. I'm sure that your dad is probably not doing things 100% the way you do it, but learn the way he's doing it. Then when it turns over to you, you have an opportunity to say, okay, look, and I talked to a guy yesterday about this yesterday at a sign company. And I said, Randy, look, social media is the future. And he said, yeah, but we've just never got into that. Okay, you need to. So Jaden, what I'll tell you right now, start doing social media for yourself, talking about what you're doing each and every day. I don't care if it's Facebook, if it's YouTube, if it's LinkedIn. I don't care if you go to Pinterest or Snapchat. Start doing social media and just making regular posts about what you do and why you do it. If I were you starting out, I would do Facebook, YouTube, and maybe LinkedIn. But man, you've got such an amazing opportunity ahead of you. I really hope you see it. Red Trainer 1, how are we doing? 3 hearts to you too. Old Country Off-Road says, looking forward to this one. Man, I got to... I keep looking at the screen over here, y'all, because Square's got something pulled up. And it's Horrible Plumbing Fails compilation. And we're going to kind of go through that 1 or 2 at a time. We're going to talk about it. But I really wanted to get through here and say hello to everybody. Have you ever used Stay Bright 8 on water? You know what? I'm going to tell you that I probably have. And the only reason I say that, when you're on a commercial project, you don't always know what silver solder they're giving you. They're giving you one. You got a box of it or a bunch of it. I don't know that I've used Stay Bright 8. I think I've used 3, 5, 15. I mean, there's a lot of, and it may not be the same brand, but probably so. Olive Smith, question. Says, we're trying to install PEX A, but every time we put air pressure in, the air comes out at the same connection spot, no matter how many times we replace the pieces. Any ideas why? Number one, if whatever pipe is coming into that fitting, I would go back to the beginning of that pipe, cut it loose, replace that section of pipe. There may be a little split There could be a million different things, but I would not just replace the fitting, which is what most people do. I would replace the pipe and the fitting. Just my thought. My brother, Mr. Kyle Hoffman, in the house. How are we doing? And yeah, I'm sipping water today. And it really is. I know y'all can't see in here, but it is water. Old Country Off-Road says, Roger be like a rock star. You know what? I got to tell you, sometimes I do feel like that. And man, Old Country Off-Road, thank you. I had to go to Canada a couple of weeks ago for CMPX, the Canadian Mechanical and Plumbing Expo. And it was so much fun. So far this year, I've been to KBIZ, the Kitchen and Bath Industry Show. I've been to the IBIZ, the International Builder Show. It's all at the same place at the same time. I got to go to AHR. I got to go to WET. I got to go to CMPX. How many of y'all go to trade shows? If you do go to trade shows, just please put in here #yes. Because I want to see, because I'm telling y'all, I meet some of the most amazing people around the country. And you talk about Roger be like a rock star. When I went to CMPX, I'm literally sitting in the airport in Toronto, getting ready to head home. Now, guys, I'm in Canada. I don't know how far away it is from here, but it ain't walking distance. And I'm sitting there, and this guy comes walking up. And I've got to where this happens quite often. But the guy walks up, and you can tell by looking at him, he's fixated. I'm coming to you. And I smile because I do. I love our community. But he comes to me and he says, "You're Roger Wakefield." And I said, "Yes, sir, I am." And he's like, "Oh my gosh, I love watching what you do. You helped me get into the trades." And I got to tell you guys, you talk about Roger being a rock star. I love what I get to do, but I owe each and every one of y'all for it. And it does. I tell people every day, I'm living the most amazing life I could ever imagine, because I get to do what I love. And what I get to do is I get to help people get into the trades. I mean, think about that. There's a lot of people right now that are getting ready to graduate high school, getting ready to graduate college, and they don't know what they're going to be. They don't know what kind of job they're going to get. They don't know what they're going to do. And if I can talk to them and say, look, have you ever thought about getting into the trades? You can do it, and hopefully if you do it right, you don't end up on the horror stories that I'm looking at over here. And we are. We're going to jump into them here in just a few minutes. Actually, it's getting pretty daggone close. Justice for All says, Roger ran across a new home that someone tied 2 baths together with a 2-way clean out. Oh, my God. And sent it out to the septic tank and wondered why it keeps plugging up. Yeah, I'm sure they're wondering. Like, man, and I bet they didn't do it. Justice for All, and I may be wrong. I bet they paid somebody to do it, and somebody's like, oh, God, here's what we could do. Man. There we go. There's the Facebook group. I am going to see if I can pin that up there somewhere. I see it over here. Guys, if y'all are not in the Facebook group, man, go, click on this and go to it. There's a lot of great people in there. It's a great place to ask questions. Just say, hey, thinking about getting in the trades. Think I want to get better at the trades, move up and make more money. Hey, I'm thinking about starting my own business. Or Roger, how do I do what you do? How do I do networking and social media to grow my business and make my phone ring? That's the kind of stuff we talk about. Ricardo Goodright says, yes, we do. I would like to meet you when you come back to El Paso. Keep us posted. Dude, I will come just for the food. I got to tell you. And see, you know where you're at in El Paso. I spoke in L.A. a couple of months ago. Well, no, it kind of is earlier this month. And time's flying. I spoke on March the 9th at Flow Expo in Pomona, California, and I got to tell you, it was so much fun. iPod Oblivion says, metal repair ring for broken flange. Those seem to work pretty well. Don't you agree? Yeah, and that's what I was talking about. If it's just where the bolts are broken loose on the flange, I'd look at cutting that off and putting a new metal ring there. Because your wax is going to seal it off to the pipe, to the inside of the flange. So, but then again, I like cutting the whole thing out and putting the whole thing in new. That way I know I've got 100% good to go, ready to ready to roll. So iPod Oblivion, thank you very much. Man, Nightbot wants y'all to go to my website. So, I'm just saying, jump over and check it out and come back and say, Nightbot, we got it. Thank you very much. Old Henry, many names and talent. I got to tell you, and I guess I like this because he is. When he was a baby, we called him Randy. My grandfather's last name is Rand. And so named him Henry Rand. His grandfather on his mother's side is Henry Measle, and then Guy Bascom Rand. So we named him Henry Rand Wakefield and called him Randy for short. So he's gone by Randy. I've called him Squirt since he was one. I'm just saying, many names, and look, he is amazing at everything he does. He's a great father. I do. He's doing good things. He comes in here. He sees what we're growing. He sees what we're building. He wants to be such a part of it. And I love that because he sees my vision and he sees the necessity of it. So he's like, look, I want to be part of this and I want to help. So Squirt, I know you're in there listening. Thank you very much. Best stash I've seen all day. Man, this is the best one I've seen all week or month or year. I don't know. I do get to see some pretty cool stashes. I like mine though. Thank you very much. Dying Breed, I do appreciate it. Spread Shop, anybody wants any merch, that's where we have cool stuff hanging out. What up, Squirt? And here we see, I love how Nightbot reads my mind. It says, if you have any plumbing related videos, good or bad, post them here and they may make it into one of my React videos. Those React videos do pretty good. So if y'all see any wild or crazy plumbing anywhere along the way, it's probably not yours if it's bad, I'm sure. Just put a note and say, hey, put your competitor's name in there. This was Fred's Plumbing Co. No, don't do that. I'm playing. But here's the deal. If y'all see and notice it says good or bad. If you're a great plumber and you're doing things great, please put it in there. I'd love to see it. I love showing good plumbing just as much as I love showing bad plumbing. Justice for All, 66 and still at it. Man, I am 60. I'm right there behind you. I started in 1980 when I was 16. God. Man. David says, yes. Yes, there we go. Love this. Hey, it is the stash. Man, I ain't even got through my comments yet, so I can get into the videos. So thank you for great content. Here in California, price to clear a clog from a clean out. 545 residential. Your thoughts on this? Here's the deal. Tanao Nufahu, I hope I got that right. Supply and demand. And that's what's going to help plumbers in the next 5 years. Because right now, guys, there's less people getting into trades each and every year. And plumbers are going to plumbers are going to charge more. I truthfully think in the next 5 to 10 years, plumbing companies are charging $1,000 an hour. And I know you're saying, well, that's more than attorneys and doctors get. Yeah, maybe. But we go to school a lot longer and learn more to become plumbers than they do to become attorneys. Doctors are a little bit different. They've got a little bit more. But with supply and demand, guys, there's less people getting in the trades each and every year. And this is something we need to address. This is something we need to look at. And this is something we all need to be talking about. All right, here we go. I'm going to call that Crispy. It says, hi, Roger. I'm an up-and-coming plumber from Long Island, New York. I love that. Good for you. I'm assuming in Long Island, you are probably union. I love the union. Got a lot of great, man, they got some good stuff going on. All Day Gaming, so just came back from Tennessee. It was great. Have you been there? Yeah, I actually, I drove up to Nashville and hung out there for a while, a long time ago. And then in the past few years, my church did a mission retreat for the youth. And since I wasn't afraid to, I drove the big box truck with everything packed in it. And man, we drove from here up to Nashville across. We went over to the Appalachian Mountains. And I got to tell you, it was beautiful. Man, we got to do some neat stuff. And man, there's a cool place. I think it's just outside of Nashville. Man, there's a water park and zip lines and an obstacle course in the air. Oh my gosh, it was the greatest thing. Jason Smith says, good morning, Roger. Thank you for everything that you do. Jason, thank you. Thank you for being here. Guys, like I said, if y'all like what you see, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. If you hadn't subscribed, subscribe. If you hadn't ring the bell, ring the bell. That lets YouTube know that you like what you're seeing in here. And it really does. It helps a lot. So Jason, thank you very much. I love what I get to do. Thank y'all for being here. And if you like what you see, ring the bell. Chris Shreve says, good morning, everyone. I'm out working today. Hope everything is having a good day. Well, it's a great day. And I know you meant everybody. Crispy5, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Or Crispy. Audra says, how would you go about starting a sewer scoping business? Man, this is a good one. Here's my thing. If I was scoping, first of all, I would go to real estate agents and go to every real estate office in town and tell them, hey, you need somebody to look at the sewers under those houses before anybody buys them to let you know, is there root intrusion? Is there breaks? Are there clogs? Are there bellies? I could make an entire business just off that. Just telling ya. Thorax says, oh, we talking plumber horror stories. Just last week, I pulled a toilet that was grouted in and the wax ring had failed and it was trapping all the crap underneath. Pulled it and chocolate surprise. Man, and I got to tell you, I love the grout base on it. That toilet will never wobble at all. But yeah, if you don't get a big enough wax ring that doesn't push down far enough, you're going to have a Hershey surprise. Rich says, not loving the panning and action on the camera. Yeah, I've got a fourth camera. Bump it over to it real quick. I've got a slider, so it makes it nice. And I do everything we do for y'all. You know that, right? I want y'all to be happy and enjoy what you see. So it's pretty cool. All Day Gaming says, starting at 17 straight out of high school, hoping to stick with it. Good for you. Love it here in Tennessee. Man, Tennessee's beautiful. We need more trade schools. Jerry Johnson, amen. I got to tell you, I've got to be part of a couple of different organizations that are teaching trades. And I got to tell you, man, I want to get more involved with that because I think it's huge. Mikey Pop says there are only 4,500 active licensed plumbers in the state of New Jersey. 400 are under 40 years old. Brother, that tells you 90% of your people are over 40 years old. That is nuts. We do need more people in the trades, y'all. And it's up to each and every one of us to recruit those people. Okay, but before I jump in, and I'm fixing to jump over the plumbing fails. We're 30 minutes in, and I'm up to Dakota's comment, and I don't think there's a whole lot more right here. I could probably go through them pretty quick. I want to tell y'all my new intro, and tell me what you think. Because it's something I worked on this last week. I was in training. Hey, I'm Roger Wakefield, a Texas responsible master plumber with over 40 years experience. How's that for a good start? I mean, it introduces me, tells you who I am. I gotta look at my notes, just make sure I nail it. And I did it a while ago, so I know I had it. Okay, I can't even find it. There we go. As soon as I picked up my notes, I knew who it was. I'm Roger Wakefield, a Texas responsible master plumber with over 40 years experience, and also the founder of Roger Wakefield LLC. We are transforming and elevating the trades through education, innovation, and community engagement. Now, a lot of y'all know me. Does that sound like what I do? If you like that, just put hashtag love, or if you don't, put hashtag WTF. Like what, really? Because I do, guys. I help recruit people into the trades. I help teach them to be better plumbers. I help teach them to start their own business. And get this, I help teach them to use networking and social media to grow. And to me, stuff like that is huge. Josh Ramos says, what's your best advice for marketing and social media? Joshua, man, social media is what got me where I'm at. And it grew my company up so big. It's been phenomenal for me. Austin Clark says, do a threaded versus mega press air pressure test. Water, that would be something. I ain't even got to test that. Austin, threaded wins every single day of the week. I love mega press. Don't get me wrong. Oh my God, it's phenomenal. And whatever you're mega pressing is never going to get to a pressure to cause that problem. But I do like the way you're thinking. Justice for All says, all our plumbers in my area are over 40 and most are 60 plus. Guys, we need to fix that. We all need to fix it. And we do it by recruiting new people. Yes, indeed. How can we get a testing center here in El Paso? No idea. Used to have questions here in El Paso, but the shop at Austin, but no, everything is at Austin. Man, it is, Ricardo, and there, I believe El Paso's on the list. They're starting out in the big places like Waco, Houston, Austin, Dallas. But I believe El Paso's on the list, brother. I'm just telling you. Love it, love it, love it. Good. Thank you very much. Thank you man, I appreciate that, guys. I really do. This is something I worked on hard last week. I'm Roger Wakefield, a Texas responsible master plumber with over 40 years in the trade and the founder of Roger Wakefield LLC. So good so far. We are transforming and elevating the trades industry through education, innovation, and community engagement. Man, everybody in the room loved it, but none of them are plumbers. So that's why I trust y'all. So thank you very much. Austin says, okay, Austin, man, I will. Squirt, put that on a list. Thorax says, how do you know when it's time to leave a plumbing company for a different one? I'm currently butting heads with my boss more and more as the weeks go on. I've been with this company for 4 years now. Man, Thorax, this is a good one. And you see, I pulled the mic down, fixing to get serious on this. Here's my thought. Number one, when it's time, it's time. We can't stay at one place forever anymore. And I remember my father used to tell me that. I remember, man, I used to bounce back and forth every 3 or 4 years between a couple of companies in the union, once I got in the union. And I went over to see my dad one day, and Dad says, hey, look. I says, man, I want to talk to you. He says, Roger, why don't you pick one company and stay there? I said, what do you mean? He said, well, Dad, you bounce a lot. He said, Roger, you bounce a lot. I said, Dad, I don't leave plumbing companies. I don't quit. I don't leave on bad terms. I've got 2 or 3 companies that call me and say, hey, we need you for this job. I said, Dad, they pay me more. I said, this last time that I left, which was a week or 2 before then, I said, I got a $12,000 a year raise. They offered me $6 more an hour. I don't just quit and leave. Somebody offers me more money to come to work for them. Now, my dad worked at AT&T, Western Electric, Southwestern Bell, that Ma Bell, for over 40 years. And he looked at me and he said, you know what? I think you're doing okay. Just keep doing what you're doing. But to him, a $12,000 raise was unheard of. Who's going to give an employee a $6 an hour raise? But I could go back and forth between the companies. In God, I'm going to say 15 years in the union, I went from $25 an hour, because there were some years before that I was learning and growing. God, and I'm going to say 15, probably in my last 10 to 15 years in the union, I went from 25 an hour to 50 an hour. Over 50 an hour. So what I would tell you, Thorax, is start planting the idea in your head like, hey, look, it's time to start looking. Start doing research. Start thinking about what company would I like to go to work for. If you're in construction, what's the best construction company in town? If you're in service, what is the one, maybe not the best company, but the one that's going to train their people the most? Because to me, that's what you need to go for. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Audrey says, thanks. The reason why I want to start one is my friend bought a house that had bad cast iron, cost him $1,200 for me to fix it. He's having other issues. Man, here's the deal. And think about that. That's why I said go to real estate agents. Man, if you can determine that problem before they buy the house, you're a hero to them. All my company uses threaders for gas lines. I get it. You know, and the reason is number one, the investment in mega press is expensive. The press tool, it is. It's expensive. I had one job that I was able to pay for it though. One. Paid for every tool, every head, paid for the Pro Press plus the mega heads, the adapters that go with it. So man, it made it worth it. A smaller company, it's going to take a while to see that ROI. So I get it. Tardis Baskinas, Berelskinas says, my man, just want you to know your videos made me decide picking up and learning profession of plumbing. So thank you for your education and wholesome videos. You know, Titus, this is why I do what I do. Comments like this. So number one, thank you for getting in here. Squirt can tell you about it. Going to trade shows and getting to do the things that I do and meet the people I do and hear the stories I do. It's phenomenal. Jacob Kinsvater says, I feel like more people would be willing to come in the trades if we were actually offered benefits. I've worked both union and open shop, still can't get my knee fixed. I don't know what kind of insurance you got, but my insurance was pretty good in the union. Austin Clark says, what would you say is better, Rigid Tools or Milwaukee? Yes. Also, it depends on what tools you're looking for. I think Milwaukee has got the freaking most amazing batteries in the world. But I'm also old school Rigid. I love their pipe wrenches. So it really does. It depends on what you're looking for. Andrick PM says, to get in the union, does the aptitude test have anything to do, have anything plumbing specific, or is it just mainly math? It's probably just mainly math. I haven't seen it, hadn't taken it. So I really can't tell you. Jack Collins says, I'm in love with you. Not sure if you're talking about Austin Clark or Andrick PM right above you, but Jack, it's a good thing. Look, I love everybody in my community. Y'all know that, right? I think y'all are the most phenomenal people, the most amazing people. And we get to do some fun things. So right now, that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to pick a window, and we're going to start with this one right here. So I want to look, I mean, as soon as you look at that, you know there's a problem. I mean, do you not? I mean, look at the water flowing out right here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to hit play on this. It looks like, I can't tell if we're looking at cast iron pipe or PVC pipe that something's missing, but here we go. So plumbing horror stories. Okay. So I'm not only going to play these and talk to y'all about it, but I'm going to tell y'all a story behind some of these and the way that I've seen them. Okay. Do you see how deep that? Okay. So right there, we finished that. One of the superintendents in the union, a friend of mine, literally told me, and I want to see if I can if I can keep that there and go. Oh, I'm way over there. That's why. Okay. So a friend of mine who was a plumbing super, I want to see if I can go back to it. It's a little bit different. Okay, we'll try to figure this out. There we go. I can go full screen. Okay, so now that I think I might have it close to figured out, a plumbing superintendent who's a friend of mine told me about a job that he was doing one time, and they were in the basement setting up for a turnover party, and they were still doing the final testing on big storm pipe. So in the basement, they had tables and buffet. They had, oh my God, so many people in there set up and ready for a party that was supposed to start at 6 o'clock. Well, at 4 o'clock, he's trying to finish his inspection. He's got the big storm lines full, blew a test ball. And guys, guess what it looked like? It looked a lot like that. So I'm going to go ahead and back up one more time and show it to you because I got to tell you, man, when you're doing something like that or seeing something like that, it ain't no good. It is a problem. So not a good way to go. Okay, so here's another one. So let's go ahead and look at this one. While we're here, Jack, I'm going to take away your comment just so it does not show up right there. And let's see what we got. Okay. Oh, now see, man, I've seen this one before. Guys, oh my God. I can't even begin to tell you. Be careful. When you climb under a sink, this is not a spot you want to be in. Because I mean, you see him trying, and look at the steam coming up. That's hot water, guys. He is hurting right now, but he knows I don't have any choice. I have to find a way to shut this. Yeah, now he's going out to shut the water off. Okay, number one, man, get somebody to shut the water off for you. Oh my gosh. I mean, I just got to tell you, that is not fun. And I've never seen it like this. Not when it was hot, not when it was under a lavatory, not when it was like that. I've seen this happen in a new construction site where somebody went and turned on the water. They didn't test their lines first. They blew an angle stop off and had a 1/2-inch line just going full freaking blast like this. All right, so let me go back to here and let me hit play and see where we're at. Yeah, they're still trying to get the water up. Okay, that excavate that water extractor ain't gonna get it fast enough. Oh my God, have y'all ever seen this one? You talk about a plumbing horror story. Well, back it up just a hair. Right there. Okay, are y'all ready? If y'all have ever done anything like that, please put a note in and say, Roger, let me tell you my story. There you go. Zentrix says this happened to me. Isolation valves are huge. Okay, ready? Here we go, guys. Watch this. Okay. There we go. Now, I've seen this one, so watch this. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is a water main. Y'all know that. Oh. Live tie-ins are not fun. And look how small that area is. Now look, guys. Hold on, wait till it comes back down a little bit. Okay, so see, I went just a hair too far. Number one, look at this. This ditch is like 5 or 6 feet deep. It's 5 or 6 feet wide, right there where he's at. It's about 10 or 12 feet long. I have not seen a ladder yet. Because this guy coming on the end here is fixing to jump down in here. As soon as he does it, he regrets it. Yeah, he's regretting it right now. He's like, wait, what did I just get into? Do y'all see how much water that is? And this is a city main. It ain't like, oh, gee, just somebody turn off that angle stop real quick. Let's shut this off. That hole's about full of water right now. Okay, so like I said, if any of y'all have done that, I want to hear about it. I want you to leave your comments. This is not good. All right, let's go back right here and see what we got here. Okay, it looks like we're walking around in the house. That looks like carpet, working in a ceiling, above office equipment. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's sewage water, guys. That is ugly brown water, or in this case, probably black water. Okay. Oh, I'm just going to keep going. Look at that. I don't know what did that. Oh, that's got to be rain. No way. Oh, that's coming up out of the ground like a sewage line. Oh my God. I mean, that's not just a little water line. That is nuts. Horrible plumbing fails competition or compilation. Brother, you did good. This is a good video. Now, I got a question. When you walk up to a house and it looks like this, I mean, I don't even want to open the door. I do not want to open the door at all. All right, let's see what happens here. That is not pretty. I mean, a lot of kids would be thinking, oh my God, this is so fun. Look at this. Yeah, I remember being a kid and thinking things like that. Oh, it's not a door. Oh gosh, that was just a water. Look at this. This is inside somebody's house or build. Oh, that's a house. Or a build out, something. Oh my gosh. This is not good. Okay, guys, I have not seen these, so I'm kind of enjoying this. Okay, what do we got there? Oh, okay. So there was the door. All right. Okay, number one. Are you climbing on a high stool to fix something like this? Just asking. Because I think I know better. And he's got his buddy there to hold it for him. I don't know why, but I'm thinking this ain't going to go real well. No, maybe so. Yeah. I'm going to stick a plug in here. Okay, here's a hammer to hit it with. Let me step over here out of the way. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so how many of y'all have stuck a wedge in something like that to try to get it to stop? I definitely look at, or think I do. I definitely think that I want to try something different. My thing right there, we're talking about mega press and stuff a while ago. I love the idea of getting a valve, sticking it on there and pro pressing it, and I just shut the valve. It works. All right, let's see what we got here. Like we got some camping grounds. Ooh, somebody hit a water main. Guys, that is not good. Okay, wait a minute. If y'all have done this, raise your hand. I want to see you. Man. Okay, you got a CT adapter here. Got a Santee on his back. Hello. I wonder if he installed that too. Coming back to fix it because it didn't work right. All right, let's see what we got. So is that a 4x2? I mean, it almost looked like 6. I'm gonna say it's a 4x3, 4x2. Oh, it's just dripping. He's like, oh, I got this. This is easy. It's just dripping a little bit. I hope y'all ain't eating breakfast right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that out there because I see something coming. Goes over into a combo, which could have been a Santee. Oh, go ahead. Don't be bashful now. You're already there. Go ahead, buddy. Keep smiling. I like the way you're smiling. Keep smiling. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all the full effect because it's coming. He's like, if I just keep cutting right here. Now you see he's down on his knees. I can't believe there ain't more lateral spray right here. Oh, he's catching it in a bucket. See, he's good. He's good. I'm telling y'all guys, he's good. Write that down. He's good. And his buddy over here is laughing. He knows what's fixing to happen too. You know he's got the apprentice over here doing it. Just cut a straight line. You better cut it straight. Chunky monkey. Now he's over here puking, it looks like. What's that smell, buddy? Money. Go ahead, just pull it out of the way. You know you fixing to get drowned. Come on. Oh, here, I'll hold it up here. That'll make it better. Oh, my gosh. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I got to tell you this. It did not turn out near as bad as I thought it was going to. I literally thought he was fixing to be like waist deep. All right, let's jump back over in here. I know that's funny, wasn't it? Okay, let's see what we got. And then I'm going to jump back in the comments. I'll pause this. Well, this in here is almost over. All right, let's see what we got. I'm trying to see what we're working on here. A water line. Somebody's barefooted. They know they fixing to ruin a pair of shoes. Come on. You know, it's fixing to spray or bust or something. If it doesn't, horrible plumbing fails compilation. I'm not coming back. Oh, man. All right. I'm going to come back to right here. How are y'all doing? Jump back in the comments. Is there anything here that y'all saw that y'all just really loved? Because there's some pretty good stuff in here. All right. Let's talk to Dakota. Dakota says, I'm a new apprentice of like 3 weeks. I hear most people leave because they are not able to learn and progress as quickly as they would like. Thoughts? Dakota, look, a lot of people do want to get out. But here's what I want to tell you is, look, it takes 4 years in Texas to get your journeyman license, 5 to get your master, or 4 and 4 if you don't go through a DOL training program. People, look, we all want immediate gratification, especially the younger people. And they get in, they want to become a journeyman today. They want to become a master tomorrow. They want to own their own company the next day. It takes longer than that. So, brother, what I'll tell you is look, get in, understand it's a process. It's going to take time to learn. Keep freaking learning. Don't give up. This is such a great opportunity. So, Henry, I'll stick with that name and let Roger call you Squirt. That handshake in Dallas proved you done outgrown that nickname. Oh, he has not. Oh, my gosh. Sounds great, but used to all the names. Yeah, you know what he does? He never says, don't call me that. He gets it. He is what he is. Using 1969 right pipe wrench and an 80s rigid right now. Also have a Milwaukee cheater with me. Look, you got some good tools. Rigid makes great tools. Milwaukee makes great tools. One thing I love about Milwaukee is their batteries and the way that their batteries are always going to fit their tools. Not going to change them up. What an investment. Jack says, do you just support the gays? Look, I support anybody. I used to be a cosmetologist, really. I don't care. That has nothing to do with it. It's all about plumbing. It's all about education. It's all about knowledge. I support it. I don't care if you're straight or gay. I don't care if you're black or white. I don't care if you're male or female. Man, we're all human beings at the end of the day. So there you go. I'm straight. I'm white. I'm male. I can't help that. It's what I am. I love it. Not complaining about it. But that doesn't mean I can't support gay people, can't support women, or can't support black people or any other color. So yeah, I support human beings. Austin says, my parents live in Texas and Lacona. Specifically, coming down later this year, would absolutely love nothing more than to stop by your shop, meet you, Mr. Wakefield. That ever be possible. Austin, anything's possible. You can connect with us through social media and find out when we're here, what we're doing, stuff like that, if I'm even in town when you're here. So it's kind of crazy. That is no fun. Major horror store for plumbing. It could have easily been avoided. Absolutely. Happened to me. Man, Zentrix, I feel sorry for you. Isolation valves are, man, one of the smartest things anybody can have on any job. Not bots pitching the merch. You gotta love it. And I tell you what, guys, what we do, we got some cool hats. And look, I know this one isn't on there, but this is definitely one of my favorite hats. And it's funny, I got on Nick Nemeth earlier, and I'm watching them on the live stream. See, that looks good, don't it? I like it. I was watching Nick Nemeth on the live stream earlier, and they got one of my cups. So I do. I love the stuff that we get to do. But, yeah, if y'all like the merch, there's the link to it. Go check it out. Yeah, it never ends well, old country. Tyler Gamer says, plumbing trade is a good trade to get into. Man, it is phenomenal. And now's probably the most amazing time ever. Get a bigger hammer. Yeah, that wedge would go in if you get a bigger hammer. Fixing to regret this decision. Isn't that the truth? And I guess, look, it popped and clicked. Thank you for being a member. I do get a lot of members in here. So I want to say thank you very much. I appreciate that. Here comes the brown stuff. You knew it was coming. Close your mouth. I just joined your live. Hello, Roger. Jesse Levin, how are you doing? Good to see you in here. Do you have a leadership book recommendations? Man, yeah, John Maxwell. 7 Laws of Irrefutable, or is it 21 Laws of Irrefutable Leadership. John Maxwell's phenomenal. Love him. Can you do the job? That's all that matters. Yes, indeed. I like that. See, yeah, I don't care if you're black, white, brown, gay, straight, male, female. We got a job to do. Can you do it? Thank you very much. I love that. ICAST, thank you very much. Osel Ramos says, trade is the best. I live in California. Am an apprentice. Enjoy it so much. Learning a lot and going to further my education. We need plumbers in the industry. Guys, here's the deal. And I'll talk about this part of my intro. I go on. Hi. I'm Roger Wakefield, Texas Master Plumber with over 40 years experience. Okay? Great part right there. Make sure I get it right. Ready? Founder of Roger Wakefield LLC, transforming and educating the trades, transforming and elevating the trades through education, innovation, and community engagement. And people ask me why. There's over 1 million trades jobs unfilled across the United States today and over $1 trillion in unpaid student debt. Don't you think if it was worth it, they'd pay that back? We need to change the messages we're telling our children these days. We need more people in the trades. So, Osel Ramos, I agree. We need a lot more. If you're having fun, if you're having some fun and enjoying the stream, smash that like button and let YouTube know we're doing things right. And hit the like button, ring the bell. If you haven't subscribed yet, why not? Just tell me why. Then I know what I need to be doing better. See? ICAST Enterprises says, I hope Roger didn't think I was telling him to close his mouth. I get told to close my mouth all the time, brother. It don't bother me. Talking about the guy cutting the sewer pipe. Yeah, I get that. Tyler the Gamer, thumbs up. Okay, so let's jump back in over here. So I'm going to go to a different page and come right back over here. Actually, come right here. I told him to hire a plumber, but oh no, I can fix it. And I guess you see all the water running out around the door. Let me see here. 36 things you never knew about toilet paper. Okay, now who wants black toilet paper? I just got to ask. That is crazy. All right, let me see what else we can find here. Okay, toilet jokes. Okay, pretty good. Let me see if I can get back where I was. It ain't gonna let me over. I probably should have logged in. Okay, so you know what? I know how to fix this. Watch this. We'll come over here. Have y'all ever walked into a problem like this? Because if you have, got a feel for you. You got a whole ceiling coming out right there. Man, that is not good. Look at the water stains all the way down the wall. All right, not good. Oh, how would you like to walk into a restaurant like that? Can I show you to the table over in the corner? We're cleaning up a little mess right now. Man, and that's frozen, guys. That almost looked like a gutter had something leaking on the roof and it just kept coming out all the way down. That does not look fun. When your reception area is 12 inches underwater, I believe it's going to be a bad day. Have y'all ever seen these? And I got to tell you, I used to work at Texas Instruments. I love these things. So those of y'all that don't know, this can be like a 55-gallon barrel. And then this is like a wet vac attachment that sits on top of it. So when you've got to suck up a ton of water, that will definitely do it. can't tell what that whole thing says. There's something, or the pop explosion that makes you replace your entire hotel decor. Oh my gosh. I don't even know where to start here. Let's see what it says. Pops may seem a minor issue, but they can add up to major. Yeah. Number one, we got dug out underground here. You got broken pops here overhead, and he's looking in the elevator shaft. PVC pipe fail. Guys, have you ever seen PVC pipe? I've seen galvanized pipe. We were talking about galvanized a while ago. I've seen galvanized so corroded that it fills up and looks like that. I don't even know what to say here. I don't think that's a real pipe, but man, it looks cool. There we go. We got through all those. We got through all those, and we did all those. Guys, man, this is pretty good. Let me go back right here, maybe. There we go. How are we doing? I'm going to jump back into the comments real quick. Plumbing fails. If y'all have ever got any good, bad, ugly pictures, videos, whatever it is, of not just plumbing, but plumbing, electrical, HVAC, roofing, anything in the trades, please go over to Roger Wakefield Posts on subreddit. I'd love to see what y'all got. Where was I think I scrolled too high. Stan Chubbuck, how are we doing, brother? Hadn't seen you in a while. So started plumbing in 1975. Beat me by about 5 years, man. Pretty cool. Charging more now. Man, I got to tell you, charging more is about what it's about. Number one, if you're in the trades and you are not charging more than you did a year ago, 2 years ago, something like that, you're losing money. And with the cost of living going up like it has, I truthfully think most plumbing companies should be about 50% more than they were 2 years ago. And guys, I know that sounds crazy, but I promise you it is the truth. There you go. Another place, or just like I talked about, good, bad, ugly, any trade at all. Roger Wakefield Posts over on subreddit. Love to see your stuff there. It really would. It'd be so good to see y'all stuff over there. All right. Says, looks like some freeze breaks. Yeah. I got to tell you, in 2001, man, we had what they call it, Snowmageddon. It was crazy. I was on CNBC. God, what was his name? Matt Gray, something Gray. Went and showed him 2 different plumbing jobs that we were working on. One that morning where I went over and did the repair, and then the other one that evening where I just went over and showed him what happened. It was crazy. Tanner Whitehead says, I've been plumbing 10 years, making decent money, living my best life, and couldn't imagine doing anything else. Feels great doing a service for people that are truly grateful for. Guys, I tell people, look, plumbers wear capes every day. We are the superheroes. We get to walk in to people's houses, take care of them. And you've got to remember, when you walk in people's houses, literally, they've probably been ripped off by an electrician, an HVAC tech, a roofer, a garage door guy. I could tell you all my garage door story. Man, I threw a guy out of my house. Just threw him out. I will tell you. Because, I mean, we're talking about that, about taking care of people and they're grateful. I had called a garage door company, and this was back when I was running Texas Green Plumbing out of my garage. And I left the house one morning, and the garage door, the cable came undone on the left side. So I went out and looked at it, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to mess with it again. It's done it before. So I went ahead and called a garage door company. I don't guess I did. I guess I did on the way home, because they were like, oh, yeah, we're in Wiley. We can be there in just a few minutes. Basically, it was 3 hours later, because that was 5 o'clock. He got there at 8 o'clock. And, there were a couple of phone calls on the way. Oh, yeah, well, I was in Wiley, but then I was in Mesquite. I'm leaving right now. And he calls 45 minutes to an hour later. Oh, I'm leaving right now. I should be there in 45 minutes. Anyway, I needed the door fixed, so I went ahead and let him come. And the guy shows up, and he's in shorts, military boots, a Metallica T-shirt, something like that. And I don't care. I need my garage door fixed. I'm not worried about that. I didn't call the most expensive garage door company in town. But I call him and the guy walks in and we cut through my office and goes over to the garage. And I walk right across the garage to the far side where the cable is. And I'm pointing up saying, okay, so here it came loose here. What do you think? And I turn, well, he's standing in the middle of my garage door looking up like that. And he's looking up at the spring. And he says, man, I got to tell you. He says, we got a problem here. I said, really? He said, yeah. I said, okay, well, what kind of problem we got? He said, you see that spring? I said, yeah. He said, you see the rust on that spring? I said, yeah. He said, that spring is going to break any minute now. He says, I cannot safely work on this garage door without replacing this spring. I'm like, wow. And you can tell that just by looking at it. He said, oh, yeah. He said, I got 10 years in this business. I know exactly what's going on. I said, cool. I said, so how much is that? He says, well, you're lucky. It's your lucky day. He says, you just happen to call me. He says, that is the second largest residential spring made ever. And I just happen to have one on my truck. I'm like, man, it's my lucky day. Now let's look at this cable. He says, how much is that? All right, I asked him, so how much is the spring? He said, $800. It's okay. I said, so, man, let's look at this cable, the part I'm having a problem with. And he comes over and he looks at it and he says, okay. I said, how much is this? He said, that's $300. I said, just to put that cable back on? He said, oh, I can't just put it back on there. I need to replace that roller. I think it's damaged. And that cable needs to be replaced too. I said, so that's $300. He said, yeah. I said, okay. So we're talking $1,100 today. Well, when I called them on the way home from my job, they had said it'd be $129 to come out and fix that cable. And I asked them, hey, how much is it to get y'all out here to fix this? $129. Okay. So y'all gonna come fix it for $129? He said, yeah. It's okay. So by the time he gets over that cable, it's $1,100. So I'm like, $1,100 to fix both these? He said, well, plus the $129. I said, wow. So we're talking $1,229 to get my garage door fixed. And he said, yeah. I said, okay. I said, do me a favor. I said, get out of my garage. He said, what do you mean? I said, I want you out of my house right now. He said, excuse me? I said, look, I don't know how stupid I look to you, but I'm not that stupid. So I'm just asking you to leave and get out of here. He says, okay. He said, but first you need to pay me my $129. That's a service fee. I said, He said, what do you mean, I said, I'm telling you, I'm not paying it. Now, guys, this is a big old boy. He's a big, beefy feller. I said, I didn't get told it was a service fee. I was told it'd be $129 to fix that. And now you want $1,229 to do it. I said, I'm asking you to leave. He said, well, I'm not leaving until you pay the $129. I said, good. Then I'm going to walk in my room, get my gun. I'm going to shoot you because I've asked you twice now to leave. And I will ask you again before I leave. And before or after asking you the third time to leave and you refusing, I will shoot you. Now, he's got some older guy actually with him that he's training. And men are looking at each other like, this guy's serious. So he turns in, and remember, I'm running a plumbing company out of my garage, and he looks and he sees these two water heaters. And he says, hey, this is pretty bad from somebody in the service industry. I said, well, you said it right. I'm in the service industry, and you're in the ripping people off industry. I said, now get out of my house right now. So he leaves, and he goes out and he sits in his truck, and my phone rings, so I answer it. And he says, hey, Roger, says, look, this is so-and-so from blank garage door company. I hear you have some questions. I said, I don't have no questions. I said, I want your guy to leave. He said, yeah, but you know, we understand there's a $1,229 job here. I said, I understand that. I said, but this guy's full of it. And I asked him 3 times to leave before he finally left, because I did ask him once more. I said, and now I see him sitting in front of my house. I said, I'm fixing to call the cops, and then I'm going to go out front and shoot this guy because I've asked him 3 times to leave. And he says, look, he says, what if we just go ahead and fix that? I said, no, you had your opportunity. He said, well, Roger, we're there. I said, not for long. So when you put feels great doing a service for people that are truly grateful, I agree with you. Because there's a lot of other trades out there ripping people off. And don't get me wrong, there's some plumbers too. I know that. But what I want to tell you is always take care of the people. And, you know, we all say, look, everybody's not our customer. We can't take care of everybody. And I agree with that. But I had this conversation the other day. And I was taught this by Professor Bill. And Professor Bill is one of the people that taught me HVAC. And he said, Roger, there are people in this world that can afford to pay you what you charge. So you can afford to take care of the people in this world that can't afford to pay you what you charge. And I want y'all to think about that because we are in the service industry. And it's our job. It's our life mission. It's what we do is taking care of people. So Tanner, man, I love that. Thank you so much. Copper or PEX? Well, I think copper is always going to last longer. But I mean, PEX really hadn't been long enough around to compare to copper like that in the complete lifespan. Asiel Ramos says, that's what me and Master Plumber are trying to work on. Getting high school graduates to join us, start small, have a school for them, hands-on training, as well as need the funds for it. I love it. What is the worst flood you've ever dealt with? You know, and Squirt, this is a good question because mine I caused. And I know that sounds funny, but I was working at Republic Tower, downtown Dallas. We had called for inspection. And man, we had everything done. It was good. I mean, spot on. And all of a sudden, one of the bands starts leaking. And right when it started leaking, I got a call saying, hey, the inspector's on the way. And I would normally take that band apart. Listen, I'd already tightened it up, or it wasn't tightening up anymore. I would normally take that apart, put Black Swan on it, put it back together, tighten it up. Well, we had to get this inspection today. This was a Friday. They already had everything scheduled for Monday. They were putting sheetrock up. Sheetrock's already on the floor. So I literally go over with, I'll go over with a piece of pipe and hit this hose and break it and make it start spraying. And then I start screaming and yelling. I'm like, shut the water off, shut the water off. We got a problem. Because we had the hose there that we were filling it up with a valve on the end. Well, when I hit it a little too hard and way too much water is coming out. And there wasn't anybody else up there to shut the water off. They had moved up to the floor above to start roughing it in. So when the inspector gets off the elevator, he walks out. He says, what is going, I can't do this. He said, there's water everywhere. I said, dude, look, see that hose? See that hose leaking? We got a problem. Well, I didn't realize that 2 floors below us, I guess I did, 2 floors below us, they were already putting sheetrock up. And man, I was just drowning in it. So I told the inspector, I said, look, please look at this real quick. I'm going to go shut this water off. And I go over and up the shaft and all that and shut the water off and come back down. Stick it in a drain pipe, drain it down. And he's like, Roger, I can't pass this. I said, dude, you got to. You've got to. I said, they're putting sheetrock up my neck. I said, look, it's holding. Look at any joint you want to look at. And luckily that one we had wiped off right before he got there. So it ended up being a big flood. But I did get my inspection, got my green tag. After you talked about the TI engineering leak story, I started Mega Tape and Blue Magic on all my threaded joints. Man, I tell you what, I still use Teflon tape and pipe dope on everything I do. What's your definition of a leader? And, you know, this is a good one. So, Zim nuts for guts, I'm going to tell you. My definition of a leader is a person who teaches his people, shows his people, and then is there to support them. Everybody's not going to do everything perfect every time, but you've got to come in, you've got to look at it, you've got to talk about it. If they're not doing something right, you got to say, hey, look, how do we fix this? How do we make this better? What do we do? So to me, that's a leader. You know, you can read a lot of books about it, you know, leaders eat last. Always try to take care of your people first, and that is huge. Denver Charleboy, how we doing? Good to see you in here. Con artists without skills, man, they're everywhere. I got to tell you, I guess that was scary because I'm like, if this was my grandmother or something, and I walked in, she said, yeah, that cable come off. It cost me $1,200 to fix it. I'd be looking for somebody. I'd be like, wait, whoa. Where's this guy live? I want to go see him. Denver says, Roger, is there a chance you could ever do an isometric or orthographic for plumbing drawing? Very terrible at it, and I see no YouTube videos explaining how to do them. Man, Denver, you're in luck. And I don't know if Squirt's already replied yet. We just shot this yesterday. How to do an isometric drawing from 4 different points of view. So, Denver, man, it's on the way. Thank you for putting this in here. I'll ask guys is when you see videos like that, you see that we've made a video that you've never seen before and you think it can help people, share the heck out of it. Man, let other people know that it's out there. I really do. I appreciate that. There you go. Just filmed an isometric drawing this week that will be coming out in the near future. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. We plan to do more of them. Yeah, this was fun to shoot, and we realized we can expand on this even more. Roger getting angry at the garage door. Dude, I didn't get angry. I told him to leave. I'm going to go get my gun and shoot you if you don't leave. And I was serious. I was pissed. New York plumber here. Great live. Number 1, XNYC OG Prepper. How we doing? Welcome to the show. Don't know that I've seen you before. Brother, if you haven't done it yet, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. We do this every Saturday. Come back and visit. I love that we get plumbers in here because when people ask questions, I love to hear the different answers they get. So, man, thank you for being here. I do appreciate that. Rigid pipe wrench and Milwaukee cordless tool. See, that's kind of the way I called it a while ago. Miss Susie Valentin, realtor. How are we doing today? Man, oh, Susie, you're a real estate agent. You could probably tell me about some plumbing nightmares. I like that. Cool stuff, says cool. Roger, how many times have you had to weld in your career? I'm in basic schooling right now in Ontario, have a welding class. Not sure what the point of it is. I feel most plumbers don't weld. Most plumbers don't, but if you holler at Squirt is a pipe fitter, so he welds. Denver, it's good to learn. It's not going to hurt you to learn something that maybe somewhere down the road can help you. I moved up in the union as a superintendent, so there's a ton of jobs that I've done that had welding on them, and I've had pipe fitters and welders and even electricians and HVAC techs on my crews. So, man, it's always good to know. Eric Play Too Much says, Roger, so what exactly do I do if I want to do side jobs but only work under my company's license? Number 1, if depending on where you're at, if you're in Texas, if you get caught doing side jobs and you don't have permits, inspections, insurance, and all that, dude, you can lose your entire career. So be careful, check and find out in your area what's required, what it takes, and what you can do. It really can be a big deal. Eddie Lammer says 2 people whose feet I sat at to learn from are Jesus and Roger. Brother, number 1, nobody sits at my feet. I am just a plumber, just like anybody else out there. And it's funny because when I speak, I talk about that. It's like, guys, look, I'm just a plumber. Any one of y'all can do what I'm doing. I found a way to look at it and try to teach people and educate them. So Eddie, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that. Just as great advice on leadership. Thank you very much. Happy Easter to you, brother. Henry Wakefield, how long is the slide on the camera? Number 4, love it. Man, it's about a 4. For some reason, I'm thinking it's a 48-inch slide that we have. Watch this. I'll just go to 4. I don't know if I can park it here. I think I can. Yeah, I think I turned it on. Oh, let me go back to it. Okay. So right here, it's on the slide. It's at one end right now. So I'll wait till we get the other end. I won't switch off of it. That's what I mean. I use wick, Teflon tape, and joint compound on all water fittings to avoid leaks. And see, I like that. Look, I was never taught wicking. It's where you twist up the Teflon, put it down inside the threads, the valley of the thread. Oh, it didn't. Oh, it did stay. There it goes. So yeah, that's cool stuff. I've done videos about it. I've never used it, but still, prepper, I've never had a problem. Feel like it's around 4 feet. Man, you nailed it, Squirt. Carlos Flores says, thank you, Roger, for all the content you put out. We greatly appreciate it. Guys, look, I thank y'all for watching, for sharing, for subscribing, for hitting the bell. Guys, y'all make my life amazing. I get to do what I love doing every day, talk about plumbing. and helping people get into the trades, helping people become better tradesmen, helping them start their own business, helping them do all that stuff. So thank y'all. Carlos, I really do appreciate it. Greetings from San Diego. I was in San Diego just a couple of weeks ago, or a month ago. I love the gas lamp district, man. Great food down there. How do you do this for the longevity? If you're talking plumbing itself, look, you got to take care of yourself. Oh, it didn't stay. Dang gummit. I'll keep I thought I turned this whole thing here off. Let's see if that'll turn off. There you go. I hit stop completely. So I'm going to go back to camera 1 until it gets to the end. Actually, I'm going to go to camera 3 because that's a completely different view. Then you'll know. If you're talking about plumbing for the longevity, look, I'll tell you right now, number one, if you're going to be good, if you're going to be great, and you're fixing to see it's going to stop and then go the other direction. It just did. So if you're talking about the longevity of plumbing, never stop learning. There's new tools, new materials, new equipment each and every day. We talk about a lot of them. Learn how to know more about your industry than anybody else. And the cool thing about that is that you can do it through YouTube. You can do it online. You can go to trade shows, trade conferences. There's great stuff out there. Never stop learning and take good care of you. Dirk says, do you still do medical gas at your company? Dirk, I don't do med gas. Anymore. I sold my plumbing company just over 2 years ago. I'm still a master med gas plumber. So I do. I love that. You know, I guess you say it's a great addition. We've had this thing for about 2 years, and it's coming up towards the end right here, and it's going to hit and change directions, which it is doing right now. And it stops there and goes back. So that's how long it runs. So now I'm going to go back to my main rotation. But thank you. I appreciate you noticing that. Thanks for all you do with these live streams. Happy Easter to you. Tina, thank you. I love what I get to do, y'all. And I owe each and every one of y'all for it. I'm not doing something right now because, man, we've had an average of over 50 viewers over here, another 43 on YouTube, and I've only got 39 thumbs up, so I'm doing something wrong. Eddie Lammers says so many tips, techniques, and trade skills, along with life wisdom shared on this podcast. And I love what I get to do. And this is not what I call my podcast. I've got a whole nother channel, guys, called The Trade Talks. Jump over and check it out. That is a podcast where I interview some amazing people. It's a good question. Sims Nuts for Gut says, how can you tell from a good worker to a less efficient worker? Man, and if you're talking from a management point of view, it's easy. Look at what they're doing. Look at what gets done. Look at how they do. When you give them an assignment, do they jump right into it, or do they like, I need to go to the Porta Johnny again? If you're an apprentice looking at the journeyman working for you, do they love what they do? Do they get in there? Do they take care of things? Do they do things right? And you can normally tell by looking. So I think it's just watch the people around you and you figure that out. 6 years into the trade, 5 years of commercial, new construction, 1 year residential service. It's plumbing, but it's worlds apart. Never stop learning. Amen. Denver says, Roger, do you ever plan on doing a meet and greet sometime in the future? Love to meet you, as you're an inspiration to me, and I'm sure others as well. Denver, we are. We just bought 10 acres out here just outside of Dallas. We're wanting to do a quarterly meet and greet. We're wanting to do like a party one night, but we're also wanting to do a mastermind where we can bring people in and learn things. That's what literally I've been working on these last 6 days, is putting together a mastermind where people can come here and learn and help them grow. Thank you so much. Prepper, I appreciate that. Jason Smith, thank you. Have a great weekend. Happy Easter. And I give 1,000 thumbs up, but only 39 are showing up. Guys, look, I love what I get to do, and I owe each and every one of y'all for it. Y'all are amazing. And you've made it to where I can jump in here and do what I do each and every day. All I can say is thank you for being here. iCast Enterprises is a member. Thank you very much. Squirt, thank you for being here, doing everything you do. Denver, man, you're here all the time. I appreciate it. Yesterday was Good Friday. Tomorrow's Easter. Happy Easter to all of y'all. And thank you so much for being here. If you're new here, man, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. That way you don't miss anything. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back. You're why I make the videos. Everybody keeps coming back. You're what it's all about. And I do. I believe that. So I'm Roger Wakefield, Texas master plumber with over 40 years of experience, and the founder of Roger Wakefield LLC, transforming and elevating the trades industry through education, innovation, and community engagement. With over 1 million unfilled trades jobs across the United States and $1 trillion in student debt, don't you all think it's time we start changing what we tell our children? We've been telling them that if you go to college or if you don't go to college, you're never going to amount to anything. Guys, that's the wrong thing to be telling them. Tradespeople make great money, do great things, and believe it or not, I think it is one of the most prideful professions I've ever worked in. So to everybody who's here, thank you so much. I really do appreciate all y'all do, each and every one of y'all. Happy Easter to you. I look forward to seeing y'all again soon. I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, helping you make more money in the trades.